to my channel. If you are finally if you're new here, my name is JV. And if you're like one of one people, welcome back if you're existing. Today we are talking about my unwoke opinions because I saw this prompt on Twitter. Well, I saw a screenshot of it on Twitter from Pinterest. And I thought, like, that is so fun. I am someone who leans left, so I was like, you know what? Let's cause some controversy. Let's cause some arguments. So today, that's what I'm gonna be talking about. I would like to just like have little chit chat moments like this. Hopefully, you can get a little snack, sit down, and maybe argue with me in the comments. Who knows? Okay, so I'm just gonna like go like just start come out swinging. My first unwoke opinion is I don't really like polyamorous people. Yeah, I said it. It's not that like if I saw a throuple or something, I would be like and like hate crime them or something. I just don't get it. Like, I don't think there will ever be a polyamorous person that'll make them like, oh, I get it. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's just consensually cheating. Like, that's all it is. That's literally all it is. Every time I see an open relationship couple or a polyamorous couple, I'm like, oh, I get why you have to. It's true, and prove me if I'm wrong in the comments. I don't really have too much to speak on regarding that because it's just like whatever. Like, I really don't care if I like live your life. If you're polyamorous, live your life. I just don't get it. Okay, number two. I'm gonna split this one in half because I feel like one is kind of a little bit different than the other, but it's essentially the same thing, just reversed. There is nothing wrong with whitewashed black women or sometimes black men. Now, I want to say that if you're completely abandoning your entire community because you feel that you are white, that is different. But I feel like calling a black person whitewashed is just racist in its own sense. It's like, especially if you're a white person, like, don't do that because like, just because a black person speaks properly does not mean that they're whitewashed. Growing up as someone who I lived in the hood for a year or two, and I was very quiet. I spoke very politely. I read books. I did all these sorts of things. And they would call me the little white girl. But I feel like it's racial in a sense that, first of all, in order to be proper, you have to be white. What am I supposed to do to act black? Alright, and we're mad at white people for being racist. Okay. Cool. I think a black girl, straightening her hair, if it's not too often to where you're literally damaging your hair because you want to fit into a certain mold, straighten your hair. Like, do what you want to do, shawty. If you wear basic ass white girl clothing, do it. I don't care. You might not have a sense of style, but it's not white. White women do it, but it doesn't mean it's theirs. Okay. And this kind of goes along with this, but it's a little different. I'm gonna dissect more into why I think I don't have a problem with this. There's also nothing wrong with ghetto white girls. There, I said it. Listen, I see this all the time coming from other white people being like, oh, like, you're white, why are you acting this way? If you grow up, again, same goes for suburban black people, if you grow up in a certain environment, you're gonna act like them. You're gonna act like the people around them. If that community is majority white, you're gonna act white. If your community is majority black or Hispanic, you're gonna act black or Hispanic. I am not talking about those white girls that walk around saying the N-word, fetishizing black men and women. No. I'm talking about just down to earth, like Cookie Monster PJ Pants white girls. You know, they do their edges, you know, they have a little bit of a like a hood, like they speak with slang. Not a Lil Vicky kind of girl, because I'm pretty sure she was raised in the suburbs, correct me if I'm wrong. But just like a chill white girl who was raised in the hood. There's literally nothing wrong with that. You're not, it's not like Olivia Rodrigo.
Last time ago, girl, we've been apart, bro. We was just outside with the
You know, it's not that kind of vibe, but you know, like just she gets us. She's not the one who's like posting a black square for Black History Month. I stand with you. No, she's like, these are my ride or dies, and hell yeah. You don't have to overdo, like, if you want to be an ally, you don't gotta really overdo it as a non-black person. Like, you be like them, be more like them. Okay, number 3. I don't feel bad for Bonnie Blue. If you don't know who that is, she's an actress. She's a special kind of actress. And she decided that she wanted to set a world record. I'm all down for world records, setting world records. I used to love those like big books of world records. I don't care if you're trying to set a world record, but this, I feel like she set a world record for how quickly you can set femininity and women's rights back 10 years. Like, and like, I've seen people in the TikTok comments being like, oh my god, like, I feel so bad for her. Like, you could see the death in her eyes. Like, girl, she did it to herself. She did it to herself. I am someone who's all for, you know, if you were in that industry, do your thing, get your money, get your bag. I want a house, you know, and some people are willing to go the extra mile for a house. Not me, but I applaud those who are brave enough to do it. But this is a whole other thing. This isn't even for money. It's not for respect. It's not for dignity. Your mother was a part of picking out the people, 1,000 people in 12 hours.
Ew.
There is a certain point where you lose dignity and self-respect as a woman, and I feel like we're losing the plot. We are literally losing the plot. Like, you can do these sorts of things and have dignity and have self-respect, even though it is a job that is not respectful. You're not respecting yourself when you're doing this job. And I say that with all respect to the people doing this, but most of them can acknowledge that it is a job that, you know, strips them of their dignity, because you're going an extra mile for something. Like, I'm in college for 4 years to try and, you know, make less than them, but that's kind of the payoff that you get, and that's only like 1% of those kinds of workers. Majority of people are just doing that for minimum wage.
At that point, just keep your clothes on.
Which is crazy, which is absolutely nuts to me. It is a terrible, horrible job to have, and not many men have to rely on it because it doesn't fun about it. I don't want to see it, obvious. Okay, so yeah, next up, Gen Z, we're really fucking stupid. I am so tired of this rhetoric that we are like, oh, we're the most woke. I don't even like using the term woke, because that was black people's term, and y'all took it and made it something else. But we're advertised as like the most, you know, accepting community. We definitely are the most accepting generation. We are that. But at the same time, everything is black and white with us. Like, I can't ever hear, like, this is like the Twitter thing. I like waffles. Oh, so you don't like pancakes? it gets so annoying. Like, I feel like I can't actually have a political conversation with a Gen Z person because they're so passionate about something that they don't even know about. It's like, you're not actually informed on the situation, are you? Like, you're just reposting stuff on your story, but you don't know what's going on. Like, I'm sorry, but Google exists. We grew up with Google. You should know how to work a search engine. Search up LA fires, honey, and you can understand why it's happening. Like, I've heard so many Gen Z people just spread misinformation, just pure misinformation. And the panic that's going on in TikTok, I don't even want to get started with that. Everybody's like, block Instagram. It's like, calm down. Calm down. Why are we behaving this way? And then there's like people that are like, juggalo makeup, we gotta do juggalo. And it's like, guys, it's literally not the end of the world. Do you remember 2011? When people thought that, oh, well, the Mayans said that there's nothing after this, so I guess we're dying. This gives the same vibes. Because it's like, why are you behaving this way? Like, Trump is in office for 4 more years. Calm the hell down. Some of y'all don't even live in America, so shut up. Like, they make me mad. So anyways, all right, so my next one is, I think some people should be bullied. Correction, not everybody, not an alternative person, not if they're young and trans and gay. No, I'm talking about the people that don't have social cues, not autistic people, just people who are downright rude for no reason. They deserve to get picked on. If you're out here posting car edits on your TikTok and you use Instagram Reels more than 12 hours or 3 hours a day, you deserve to get bullied. Because what is this kind of behavior? If you have ever used the word bop, you deserve to be bullied actively. Comment your favorite slur down below. Bop isn't a slur, is it? I don't think it is. Okay. Next one is, you're not coping, you're weird. I want to get into this one because I had seen this trend of people using or playing with these dolls called reborn dolls, and they're anatomically correct baby dolls. Fun. That's cute. However, there was a Dr. Disrespect kind of person, Ava Chris Tyson kind of person, who got busted for being one of these kinds of people. And when they searched his house, they found a bunch of these dolls. They are anatomically correct baby dolls. You are a grown-ass adult with baby dolls. Don't get me wrong, because I love to collect like vintage dolls. I love to collect like Gen 1 Monster High dolls. That's my favorite hobby. A job would hate to see me come in, but what do you gain from this? You're not coping. At a certain point, you're not coping. You're weird. You should cope with the fact that you're weird, honestly. Like, I don't get it. Is there not another hobby that's like helping? Like, I feel like that's not even good for your mental health. Like, I understand I understand reborn dolls if you like to collect dolls. That's fun. If you like to, for someone who might have lost a baby, had a stillborn, that might help them. That might actually be for coping. But you just collecting dolls because you're alone? Anyways, next one. This is one that I didn't come up with on my own, and I don't even know if I really believe in this or agree with this. But it's that poor people shouldn't have kids. Now, do I think we need to go like code 8 route and just like arrest people or, you know, not Code 8, Black Mirror, and just eliminate people because they're poor and we don't want them to have kids. But if you are in a low impoverished area, I mean, first of all, I was having this discussion with my mom and she said, well, they don't really have much else to do, which is true. But if you're living check to check, I really think people in these areas don't have education on, you know, how to properly do things and avoid having children. They can afford an abortion, especially with our president-elect, our current president. It's not like they can access that anymore. These sorts of things are just too expensive. Do you know how much a Plan B costs, bitch? Plan B was like, ooh, I'm gonna stay lesbian for a little bit. I'm gonna turn my manual legal lesbian for a little bit. No, but they just don't have the access to just knowing that, you know, this isn't gonna benefit them. But I do agree that I have grown up in, it was kind of split. I lived like part of my life in a house that was low income, a single mom, rightfully so, and her 2 kids. And yeah, she worked every day, all day, trying to afford taking care of us. And you could see her stress, her financial stress was taken out on us. It's not fun for neither the adult or the kids. And I think if you've grown up in a low income house, you know, there's just like if I didn't have you, I can maybe afford more. So I do agree that they shouldn't, and they should try their best not to. If you want a child, I think, like, you know, if you're obviously not living check to check and you've been taught about how to save money, you know, getting yourself in a better situation financially to where you can actually have a child, boom. And I think a lot of people also tend to forget that once you hit 30, you're not like, you don't just like stop having kids. You can have kids past 30. And I think a lot of women tend to forget that because that's just how society works. Like, we're constantly fed the rule like, oh, you hit 30, you're done, get your old ass out. Like, no, like, you don't have to do that. The next one that I have written down is, this isn't really unwoke, but I really don't like people who are overly emotional. I'm not talking about if you cry on a movie. I cry on movies. It could be a horror movie. I don't care. I'm gonna cry. I don't like people who every time you see them, it's emotionally draining to be around that person. And I've always been the kind of person, like, especially when I was younger and I had no social cues and understanding that certain things I would say was wrong. I did not like people who cried like every given opportunity. It's like, shoddy, there's no toilet paper in the bathroom. It's okay. It's okay. Like, I get it. It's okay, but like there like is a time and a place for being that emotional, and it gets to a point where it just becomes very draining to be around that person. And I really hate being emotionally drained because it's not a fun feeling, especially being around that one friend that's just like got all of these problems going on and you're the only one they can talk to. And sound familiar? Like, and if you are that kind of person, I feel like there are other outlets. If you notice your friends starting to get distant from you, you know, maybe start journaling, maybe find another person to talk to, because being a therapist friend shouldn't be normalized. Because I think that while I am your friend, I'm here for you, I listen to your problems, there needs to be boundaries set even for friends, because it's like at a certain point I shouldn't know your entire problems, and I don't want to sit here because I have my own problems going on. And I learned the hard way that certain things you just have to separate yourself from in order to not tear your own self down. So Yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up with that. That was like a really abrupt ending. If you like this kind of content, I think I'm gonna continue going towards this because I have a lot to say. And not many people to say it to. I love talking to a camera. I was planning on doing my makeup, but to be honest with you guys, I don't really do makeup like that. Like, this is just me. Obviously, it looks like it. But if you like to sit and chat in my little bathroom, hey, I might continue doing this kind of content. I am going to continue to post on Fridays. I had to take a little hiatus because I was trying to plan out some stuff with videos and it just got really messy. So I should be back now and I should be making more videos. So hopefully, if you don't mind, please like and comment and subscribe. It really helps with my channel, and I would love to, you know, have a little platform and have a little community to talk with because that's like fun and that's like cute. And I would really appreciate it if you did that. So thank you so much for clicking, for deciding like, hey, this is the beneficial Instagram. I love you for that. I hope you have a good day or a good night or wherever you're at. And yeah,